Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Happy holidays. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to see Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is going to be like a top 10 WTF question video, just some of the biggest questions from the movie, so careful for spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. We will be talking about things that happen in the movie. I feel like we can all agree that there are 1,000 questions that we have coming out of the movie, really more questions than answers, because there's so much that the movie doesn't explain. So I could probably do like 10 of these videos, but I wanted to pick the biggest ones that I saw all you guys commenting on my non-spoilery review. So here we go. And actually the giveaway is continuing. I'm giving away 2 IMAX gift certificates. A lot of you guys requested that I wait till like after the weekend to name the winner. I'm totally fine doing that. So the giveaway will just stay open all weekend. First big question. This is kind of in chronological order, kind of not, but starting with Max von Sydow. Who is Lor San Tekka? That's the character he was playing. He had the missing part of the map to find Luke Skywalker. Kylo Ren seemed like he'd known him for a long time, so I'm guessing he worked with Luke Skywalker at the Jedi Academy, and that's how he knew where to find Luke Skywalker, or he was associated with the Academy somehow. The speed with which he was taken down by Kylo Ren makes me think he wasn't a Jedi, but he could have been. Question number 2. What caused Finn's character to break his conditioning? So in order to answer this question, we have to explain what's going on with the stormtroopers. The First Order takes them from their homes as children, then brainwashes them as they become stormtroopers. So they feed them whatever information they want. They tell them Luke Skywalker's evil, the New Republic is evil, the Resistance is evil. So they're basically like a bunch of zombies walking around. They even make the dig about the clones, like maybe we should be using a clone army, maybe they'd be better. General Hux is like, no, my conditioning is perfect. What causes Finn's character to break that conditioning? It seems like he's not force sensitive. It seemed like, what they were telling us in the movie is that he's not going to become a Jedi. So my thought is that there's no logical explanation. He broke his conditioning because J.J. Abrams needed him to, because the story needed him to. The story makes a couple of leaps in logic that just do not make sense. The characters are amazing. There are some holes in the story. So I think Finn breaking his conditioning is just like a gaping hole in the story. Question number 3, this is a big one. How powerful is Kylo Ren if he's not as powerful as Darth Vader, but he can stop blaster bolts and hold them in midair without really giving it a second thought while he just walks around? Even really trained Jedi have to work really hard to hold things in the air, so Ren would have to be pretty powerful to be that quick, to catch the charged plasma as it's coming out of the barrel, and then just hold it there like it's no big deal while he walks around talking to people. But then side tangent, how powerful is Rey if she's able to defeat him in single combat if she's never touched a lightsaber before and never tried to use her powers? My thought is another gaping hole in the story, like things that J.J. Abrams never intended to explain. Like he just wants to see Kylo Ren doing cool things, like he wants that cool scene, but it doesn't necessarily need to make sense. So I think it would only cause more problems if they tried to quantify Kylo Ren's power. I think he's going to be as powerful as he needs to be to have good fights with Daisy Ridley's character. The way they're positioning them, I just think that Ren and Rey are going to be equally powerful. I think that's kind of the idea. Question number 5. If Kylo Ren's real name is Ben Solo and he's Han and Leia's son, what is his connection to Rey if he kind of knew about her at the beginning of the movie when he found out about the BB-8 droid? This is going to be one of those things that people debate for a long time, like who is Rey's character, who's she related to, because she's clearly related to some of the characters. And if you think back, when the officer was telling Kylo Ren, the droid got away with the FN stormtrooper, there was a girl with them. The minute he said girl, he was like, wait, what did you say? There was a girl with them? And he, yanks him across. That to me is just like one in a series of clues that Rey is his sister, and J.J. Abrams rhyming thing. Like, a lot of people are complaining that the film is a remake of A New Hope. Just think about the Luke and Leia relationship across the first trilogy, and think about what would have happened if Luke had gone to the dark side and Leia had to redeem him. That's why I think that Rey is Kylo Ren's sister. But that doesn't answer the question of why Han Solo, like if Rey is Han Solo and Leia's daughter, why didn't either one of them acknowledge it verbally? Like why didn't say, oh my god, you're our daughter, welcome back? That could be mind wipe, it could be another gaping hole in the story, like because they don't want to reveal it up front. I know a lot of people want to believe that she might be Luke's daughter, but I feel like the look that she got from Luke at the end of the film wasn't the look you would get from a father seeing his daughter for the first time in like many, many years. The look on his face was more worry at the sight of Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber and what that meant. I'm not a geneticist or anything like that, but there is like a probability aspect to having twins. Like if you're a twin, you're much more likely to have twins when you have babies. We can debate till the end of time, but on to the next question. Why is Kylo Ren so conflicted if he's supposed to be evil? He's been training with Supreme Leader Snoke. Why does he keep beating his head against Darth Vader's melted helmet? They've kind of answered some of the questions through a lot of the press junkets and stuff, them talking about the character. Kylo Ren is just a character who hasn't completely gone to the dark side. Like he's still kind of teetering back and forth. Snoke is trying to turn him for his own purposes, but there's still the pull of the light side, the chance of redemption, which, like I said, is where I feel like Rey's character is going to end up. Like she's going to try and redeem him like Luke redeemed Vader. There was still a little bit of good in Vader, but the difference between Kylo Ren and Vader is that Vader had been working with the Emperor for a lot longer than Kylo Ren had. And as we see in the movie, Kylo Ren knows that his parents are still alive, which is why he murders Han Solo, because he feels like getting rid of them will get rid of the pull of the light side. Kylo Ren right now, to me, is kind of like Luke during Empire Strikes Back, where he leaves his training with Yoda early to face Vader. It's like Kylo Ren isn't fully trained yet. That's why Snoke at the end of the movie is like, General Hux, bring Kylo Ren to me. It's time to complete his training. On to number 8, though, what's going to happen to Finn now that Rey is with Luke Skywalker, with R2-D2, and Chewbacca? Finn kind of got put in carbonite, so to speak, so I mean, he's definitely coming back. He's still alive. But my thought is, just based on his character traits, he reads like the new Han Solo, the person who's really brash, just rushes in to help people without completely thinking things through, winds up having to be saved more often than he saves people, but has a really good heart. Side tangent to Poe Dameron, though, his character to me is kind of like Luke Skywalker, the pilot, like just the pilot aspects of Luke Skywalker, best pilot in the galaxy. Always happy to help his friends, just doesn't have the Force-sensitive arc that Luke had in the original trilogy. So Finn and Poe Dameron are probably just going to be running side missions trying to take down the First Order because Finn has unique knowledge of the First Order's workings. Question number 9, another really big one. What happened to Kylo Ren in the past? What happened to Ben Solo that Snoke was able to turn him to the dark side and convince him to kill the other Jedi at the Academy? We actually get a picture of the Knights of Ren because Rey has like this flash into the Force. She has this Force vision of the Knights standing around Ren as it looks like she's seeing into the past when he killed a bunch of the other Jedi. So it seems like what they're saying is Snoke found Ben, taught him about his heritage, like he learned about Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, and was seduced into thinking that he could make things better using the dark side, and that the Jedi were somehow evil in trying to stop him from doing that. Because whatever Snoke told him, he would have had to convince him that the Jedi were evil. That'd be the only reason to have to kill the other Jedi. Really, it's one of those stories that I expect that they'll tell a little bit more in Episode 8 and Episode 9. They'll also expand on with the written material, like the novels. And question number 10, of course, all about Supreme Leader Snoke. Who the hell is he? WTF. And is he really big like we saw him in the hologram? Or is he tiny like Yoda and Maz Kanata? Another one of those things where I feel like they're going to tell the story of where he came from in a novel. They're not going to completely spell it out in any of the movies. But I do think that the hologram was kind of a misdirect. I don't think he's ginormous like that hologram made him seem. But I'm just going to cross my fingers and I'm going to hope that he's going to be really, really small. Wouldn't that be, that'd be kind of funny if they made the hologram really big. It'd be too on the nose. So I'm going to lay odds on him being smaller like Yoda and Maz Kanata, just because that seems to be the thing in the Star Wars universe where it's like the smaller you are, the more frail you are, the more powerful you are. But hopefully that answers at least a few of the biggest questions about the movie. There's still going to be tons more, and I'm probably going to do an Easter egg video in a couple days after I see the movie a couple more times. So everybody have an awesome time going to see the movie again. Hopefully you've seen it at least once by now. I'm definitely going to see it at least 2 or 3 times this weekend, mostly for Easter egg purposes. But it is a really fun movie. Even though there are a couple plot holes, it totally does not ruin the movie. Just in case you guys haven't seen it yet, you can click here for my episode 7 review video, and you can click here for my top 10 funny Deadpool moments. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.